Welcome, Pile 6. This is you. You are an outcast. You are the child left behind. You are the orphan. You are the one who was rejected. The one who was ostracized and forgotten about. This one. Now look at this one. This one, fully confident. Fully amazing. They're their best selves. They survived all this trauma, all these times, all these opportunities to make connections. They were broken. Look at the background. You know, there's this haziness, and there's a society back here, but it's made out of sand. So, like, this one's alone. It doesn't have the community. Every time it tried to make connections, it got shot down, it got broken, it got traumatized, it was attacked, it was neglected, it was devalued, and yet it's looking good. It's thriving in this energy of being alone. It's a very creative type of spirit, and this character has made its home in a broken environment. This is a kid from a broken home. This is a loner, an individual, someone who's been through rough times. Now, there are these. There's this culture. It's an Asian culture that takes these like broken vases and fills the cracks with gold. And so the purpose of this is to highlight the damage, to make the cracks the focus, the feature of the beauty, because all these cups, they're gonna be the same. They're gonna be boring, they're gonna be standard, but the ones with the cracks in them, they take on character. They have an individual value. It's very unique, it's very special, and you harness the pain from all these situations. And so that's what's necessary for your situation, is to value your individual quirks, individual flaws, and see the beauty in that. And so, you know, your whole life is shattered, your whole life is damaged, and yet you're thriving because you have mastered yourself. You've taken the lessons of all this pain and transformed it into prosperity. And so, this figure, they're in their prime. As young as this figure is, they are in their prime. They're being amazing, they're being creative, charismatic, charming. You can tell they have the confidence. Like, they may be silent, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're shy, or that they don't know what to do. They spent their entire life observing. And this one's smiling, despite all the damage. This one's got a plan. Now, at first appearances, this one may be called naive, may be called small, insignificant, overly emotional. That's a common one. Too sensitive, you know. Broken homes, abusers, trying to cover up their abuse, so they abuse even more. You know, typical stories. But the point is, you know, you don't have all this fancy high-rise buildings. This character's in a broken cup. That's where it lives. And there's a fog and everything. It's quite a path to get to the rest of society. And it's a vacant sand structure that you can't really find anyone worthy anyway. So, you know, you're all alone in your broken cup. but you're happy. You're doing your thing. You're being amazing at your craft, and you dress to impress, because you like the way it looks on you. You're doing it for you, and you know the value of these broken cups. Now, see, this broken chalice, because it's broken, it can be useful as a chair. Okay? Like, if this was just a full cup, well, we wouldn't see the figure in it. It'd be a completely different type of card, It's just, well, with its head sticking out, maybe? It'd be a completely different meaning. Here, you're taking the opportunity. You don't have much in your life. All you have is a broken cup. And so, you sit in it, you use it as a chair. You're resourceful, you're creative, and, just because you're alone doesn't mean your path has to be lonely. It's a fantastic adventure all by yourself, because no one else is around to mess it up for you. You got you, and that's amazing. You know that you are wonderful company, and so you're embracing yourself and having a magical adventure all alone. Because if it was anyone else, they wouldn't play their part. And so your standards are high. You're waiting on actual good connections. You're not wasting your time with characters who will just diminish you and disrespect you even further. I mean, that's you encountered those characters, that's how you got damaged. But you learned from that. And you transformed all that pain into your prosperity. And so reversed, reversed is something that didn't go right, something that maybe you broke, that you have regret about, maybe. It's hazy, it's hard to see clearly. The sand castles we build are very fragile, and it's not a solid foundation. Everything's cracked and broken, and this is more of an accident kind of card, where, well, now you gotta deal with the situation. And so, upright, this is more like the situation's been dealt to you, and you're making the most out of it. And so, like this, you could be thinking about how to fix a situation that maybe you caused, but this way, it's how to work with this situation that's been happened upon you. And so, this is a wonderful creative card. You're spending time alone. You're sitting in your favorite chair. Maybe your chair's broken. Maybe your chair is falling apart, but it's all you got, and it's yours. You sit in it, and you're having a happy time playing your video games alone, because you can embrace life through your fantasies, because your broken home is not a solid foundation. You need to explore the regions of your mind. And so when we live in these broken households, these broken families, when we survive through various forms of abuse, we become creative. We learn how to go within our minds to find refuge. And how that develops is eventually we stand up for ourselves. And so we take the path of creativity. And then we have the confidence, and then we have the energy, the bravery, and so then we can be super creative and super bold. I mean, we're used to being on the outside, and so we stand up for ourselves, because what do we have to lose? We have absolutely nothing. And so we become bold, we become courageous, we become more talkative, we stand up for ourselves. So this is like a self-reliance kind of card. Like, tragedy happened, but you're creative. You're making the most out of your situation. And I mean, this character's smiling. It's like a little trickster. You know, all this tragedy this character learned from all the abusers, from all the manipulators, so it's become a trickster. And so, when it becomes creative, it's actually a builder. You know, it's seen so much destruction, it's inspired to build, and so it doesn't have much. You know, it can't build with steel or wood. All it's got is sand right now, but it has its imagination. Alright, so, like, in a practical sense, this could be you at your computer desk, in your chair, in your broken chair, that you had to kind of piece together to work, you know, put some pieces of paper under the chair, you know, where the bolts go in so it doesn't squeak. I had to do that. And so your chair's falling apart, and you're playing your video games. This is like sand, okay? It's like the digital realm, where things always shift around and distort. It's the illusions, the mirages. And so, like a digital world, a realm of fantasy, a realm of dreams, where you can manipulate things. Much like these building video games, like Minecraft, or possibly, you know, any building game. It's a tarot reading, not a gaming thing, but whatever. I mean, you're a builder. You're tired of the destruction, but you have the perspective of actually seeing the most through the destruction. And so when someone else sees something broken, they think of it as a mess, but you have the ability to see the beauty in the destruction and make the most out of that. The little cracks in the thing, like this. If this was all just pink, then it'd be boring, right? Like it's got these flaws, these defects, these little cracks of a different element within this. And so this is kind of like your soul, your heart, that's been damaged. So this can represent your transformation process with all your pain. And so you mastered yourself through your broken situation. It's a wonderful, fantastic start for a new beginning, because this is the fool that started out naive, who was cast aside, rejected, went on their journey, and got to the world portal, and re-entered the world back as a fool, but now enlightened. This is exactly what this is. And so, you know, for 111, individuality, it's important to remember that to embrace, to honor these moments alone where you're at your best, you're doing things on your own. And this is important because, you know, there's loneliness. Through all this devastation and despair, there's, you know, you're lonely. But the thing is, if you have company around, you're not going to perform at your best within these video games. Like, have you ever tried to play? I haven't had friends, but have you ever tried to play like a video game with a friend, and they don't embrace the game like you do, or they don't. It's a completely different thing. Like, you're trying to role play with your own stories, but then when you have a friend, then you have to socialize with the friend and, like, you know, hang out with them. It's a completely different type of interaction than if you you know, you play by yourself. For example, like a multiplayer server, like it's a solo game, you're used to taking your time, reading all the words and everything. But if you're in a group in a multiplayer game, then you're dedicated to that group. Then the story of the game you can't fully embrace because you're not alone. You have to tend to the real world people and try to be entertaining with them. And so what happens when you're in a group dynamic is that when you're embracing the game for the first time, you're in a group, you're gonna miss out on the game because your focus is on the group. And so that can be frustrating. And so this card reminds you that it's fun to be alone at times, to embrace the opportunity for not only your own spiritual growth, transformation process, but to have fun with whatever your circumstances, to find the whimsy in the life that's mundane and disappointing. So, your message here is to embrace the fun side of life, to realize that, some things are better actually alone. And that is why sometimes the universe forces us to be alone, because we have to do something just for ourselves. And, if we had company, if we had friends, then they would be distractions as much as we're lonely and desperate for company. It's, we do realize that there are things that need to be done just for ourselves, and that's our path, and no one should taint that path. See, even if you have good relations and you have healthy boundaries, they're still influencing you. And so, you might ask for some advice, like, hey, should I do this or should I do that? And, this whole individuality thing, this solo journey is about being able to make decisions for yourself. To, that, as boring as that sounds, and as lonely as that is, it's, sometimes it's necessary to focus on your own thought process and to decide for yourself rather than just to base everything on the opinions of the friends around you. So like, for example, if you're making some cups, okay? And you can make the cups in any way, and you decide to make multicolored cups. So you ask your friends, like, what color should my cups be? Should they be blue or pink or purple? And so one of the friends says, yeah, blue cups. You should make the cups blue first. And so you're like, okay, fine. Like, you might have wanted to do a pink cup first, but because your friend said a blue cup, then you're like, oh, okay, I'll do the blue cup. And so start making these blue cups. And then eventually, say you have an argument with that friend that mentioned the blue cup. Say they stabbed you in the heart, or betrayed you, stabbed you in the back. And so, anyway, whatever happened to the blue cup friend, they're not in your life anymore. And so now you're working on your projects alone again. And because they mentioned the blue cup, well, now that's like a tainted memory. Because now you're like, well, I can't work on the blue cups, that just reminds me of them. And this is your project. And so, you start neglecting the blue cups, and you focus on the pink cups, because you originally wanted to do the pink cups, but now you got this tainted bad memory associated with the blue cup, and you don't want to do that for your projects. So sometimes it is best to not seek the opinions of others, to rely on yourself for your own projects, so that if anything happens, it doesn't taint the experience of working alone by yourself. Unfortunately, that's what happens sometimes. And so just like this broken cup, the fragile sands, start to blow away in the wind, and everything's forgotten and washed over. And sometimes that happens. The connections we have in our mind to different situations. Like we're watching something that we like, and so we, I don't know, they inspire you to paint the cups red. And so it's like a parasocial thing. Like you're just watching them online, but they do something red. And so you're like, oh, I'll paint my cups red. But then they say something offensive, and then you're like, I've already painted my cups red. And so you associate that with the thing you're making. And so, like, in rebellion to that, you paint your cups blue instead. And, like, it changes the whole direction of where you were going with your own projects. And so, sometimes it's just best to put up those boundaries. You don't really think about putting up boundaries like that, but sometimes it's more destructive when you're influenced by these little subtle things that we don't really pay attention to. And so, this also represents just being an only child. This is 111 energy. This is a solo time. And so as an only child, you're not used to the other kind of family dynamics with like 5 kids or 3 kids, and maybe you're homeschooled, so you're not even used to an education or like a school type of environment with social dynamics with other kid groups and everything, so you're isolated. And so by the time you finally enter back into society, it's difficult because you learned all this alone time stuff, and so socializing can be kind of difficult. And so you naturally, this is the introvert card, you naturally just default to your introverted state when you need to make connections and go explore, but it's foreign to you. It's dangerous. And so you find the comfort back in solo mode, in just being alone in your own room, doing your own thing. So this could be a message for, like, embrace your alone time, value your alone time, make the most of it, learn how to be happy being alone, and also, the cracks, the flaws, embrace that. That makes things interesting. That creates story. It's the focus of the piece. And eventually, you gotta go out there and socialize eventually. And so maybe you're thinking about how to do this, but it's like misty, it's hazy. And so right now your focus is on you, which it should be, because it's 111 energy. And so you're making a plan for your future, and that future should be about you. Okay? So the road you go down is all about you influencing you. Don't just go to a town because you want to reconnect with someone. Don't just go to this workplace because someone else works there, or something like that. So when you're deciding where to live, and what company to join, to work alone, to attend a school somewhere, or just do the self-taught thing online, whatever path you're choosing, you have to put your own values first. Okay, so like, what else is in that town? Why do you want to go back to that town over this other city, this new thing that you have no knowledge about? Okay, so this new city, it's scary because you don't know where things are. You don't know how this is going to work out. It's a risk. And this old city, you got bad memories there. You got bad people there that you would see again, and that interaction may make you decide to either never go back to that town because of those people, Or it may make you decide to choose that town, to kind of rewrite all those memories, to revisit all those places, and to heal. And so, you got a decision here, what path you want to take. And this new city's like exciting and different, but you don't know anyone there, you don't know where things are, and you don't know if it's gonna work out, because at least this old city, you know where everything is. You know that town. And so even though the city disrespected you, there's always a potential future to kind of like take the city back, you know, to transmute all the energy of that city. And then the other path, like, it's possible you won't get the closure if you just go to another city. Then you don't have the closure of this city, you don't deal with this. You're just, like, running away and avoiding it. Or you're facing it. But then, like, if this is a losing battle, like, why stay here? If everyone's still disrespectful. Like, you gotta find your closure. If they constantly disrespect you, you can't put up with that. So the choice is yours. You gotta weigh the pros and cons of the situation. But your ultimate decision for whatever you're doing should be in your best interest. Don't listen to the people. Don't ask the people what color cups you want to work on. If you want to do the pink cups, then do the pink cups because you wanted to do the pink cups. You know, you don't want to risk the tainted memories. So, that's my message to you. Alright. Happy New Year's. Be creative and value you.